How's it going, YouTube? Right, over the last couple of months we've been looking at lots of different alternatives for different ways of having CarPlay and Android Auto and things like that onto your vehicle. We've been looking at the different doubled-in type and the various options. This is one with a big 10-inch screen on the front. We've seen these ones. We've also been looking at the standalone type in the crappy Fiesta, the ones that go on the mirrors and then the ones that sit on your dashboard. But what do you do when you've not got a crappy Fiesta? This one's a 2022 Fiesta ST. A lot of modern cars nowadays, they have a system built into them. This one's got Apple CarPlay already. It's a wired system, so you have to have your phone plugged into it. So what options have you got to make this wireless and add a few more features to it? One of the options is here. This is a Carluex Pro Plus dongle. So let's get this thing out of the box, go through a few specs, and then we'll plug it into this system and let's see what it'll do. Right, here it is on the bench in the box. This is a Carluex Pro Plus. It's a standalone dongle. It's based on the Android 13 operating system with a Qualcomm Snapdragon chipset. So let's get this thing open and see what you get in the box. First thing you notice inside is a little unit itself. Inside you get a little thank you card. On there is a QR code. If you scan this QR, this will take you through to lots of instructions and tutorials and show you a bit more in depth of how to use this unit. On the back we've got the same thing. This is a little QR code. This is for customer support, so any issues you got you can scan that and get through to them. We've also got a little quick start guide here telling you how to quickly get it up and running. We'll have a look at that in a minute. And lastly in the box we've got a little cable so we can plug it in. So literally all we need to do is we'll plug this unit in and we plug this into the vehicle where you normally would plug your phone. To use this you do need a vehicle that's already got activated CarPlay in it or Android Auto. The one we're using today has a wired version of CarPlay already activated on it. You will need an activated version to use this on your vehicle. And the main purpose of this unit is to enable you to connect to your car wirelessly whilst giving you extra functionality that your car doesn't normally have. So we'll look for everything that it does. So let's set up the camera, plug this into the vehicle, and let's get it working and see how it looks. Right, so here we are in the Fiesta. This is a standard system just starting up now. Normally to use a CarPlay, you'd be plugging into that USB port there and then put your phone down and you would connect to CarPlay in that way. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to plug this into it instead. Once we plug in, the Carluex will power up. You can see there the lights have come on just to say we're ready and you can connect to it. Once it's powered up, it'll automatically start up its own UI. This is running on the Carluex software. This is an overlay over Android 13. What we can do is if we swipe right there, we can go back and press return, and that'll take us back to the original car stereo system. While the dongle's plugged in, if we press Apple CarPlay, then that takes us to the Carluex display. The first thing we need to do is connect the phone to it. You can see it down there at the bottom on the Bluetooth, Carluex. So if I click that, we can connect our phone to it wirelessly. There you are. Now we can see it's connected. What I can do is if we go into the settings of it, we can go to device type and we'll change that to a car stereo to make sure it knows it's on a car stereo, so it should run CarPlay. Once your phone's connected, I'm using iPhone, so by default I'm on CarPlay. But if you go to the Z-Link, Z-Link is your CarPlay or your Android Auto. So if you want to go into your usual CarPlay, if you click on Z-Link, that takes you into your CarPlay screen, so you've got the normal CarPlay that everybody's used to. And obviously now we're doing that wirelessly, so this will connect automatically every time you get in your car. So the first advantage of this system is we're now on wireless CarPlay. Over at this side here we've got a little floating menu button up here. If I press on that I can drag that about and place it where I want in the screen. But if I tap that, it gives us a few different options. One of them is a home button. So if I press that, we go back to our home screen, and this floating menu here does a few different things. One of the other advantages of having this system as well, apart from the obvious wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, is if you connect to your phone via hotspot, then once you've got internet, you've got everything on the Android just like you normally get on any Android device. One of those advantages is obviously the Play Store. So you can download any of the usual Play Store apps just as you would on any other Android device. So applications like YouTube, we can watch videos on there. So clicking on one of my videos, we can watch YouTube if we so wish on this device. And as you can see, we've got a nice full HD display there as well. So if we go back out this, we can go to this quick menu button again here, go to home. Any videos that are currently playing will stay on the screen, so you can either click them just to maximize them again, or if we press a little X we can get rid of it completely. And also because of that, you've got your other apps like Netflix and anything else you want to watch as well on it. Obviously I wouldn't recommend watching any videos whilst you're driving, but if you're parked up having your lunch or something like that, quite often I go out for my lunch, you can sit there watching a YouTube video or a Netflix video or anything else you decide to choose to watch while you're out. One of the things on this quick menu button is it's got a multitask option, so if we press that, it goes into like a split screen. So if we choose, say, the Play Store, what it'll do then is we can split screen then between two applications. We can move to whichever one we want or have them both at the same time. Also on the device itself, we've got a little TF card slot there for a micro SD card, so if there's any movies or anything or music or anything like that you want to save, you can put it on your card and watch it from your card there. Also on the other side there's a SIM card slot, so if you want permanent internet or connectivity on this device, you can put a SIM card in there, so you can run this as a standalone device without even connecting to a phone. One of the other things you can do with this is we've got a front screen there. You can customize this front screen to be how you want, have the applications you want on it. Also in the settings, you've got wallpaper and things like that, so you can change your backgrounds and all the other preferences the same as you get on any other Android device. Obviously with this being an Android system, you don't need to connect to the CarPlay or anything to use the navigation. You can use maps and just use the normal navigation as you would using Google Maps if that's what you wanted to do. This system also works seamlessly with the voice button that's on the steering wheel. So if I press that, I can use Google Voice to control this system. Start YouTube.
Opening YouTube.
So as you can see, you can use the car's standard buttons for the voice control as well, which is a good addition. And that can be used across the entire system, so if you're calling anybody, phoning anybody, or you want to use any of the applications, you can use the standard voice control button on the car steering wheel to do that. So if you do own a newer vehicle that's got a wired CarPlay or wired Android Auto on it and you want it to be wireless and you want a bit more functionality, then this type of dongle is a worthy add-on that you can get for your car. What I'll do is I'll put some links down below where you can check these out. Carluex do a few different types of dongles. This is one of them. This is their higher range one. I've got a few more to test as well, so we'll have a look at those. But we'll definitely spend some more time looking at these type of dongles and the newer type of vehicles as well. So like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll catch you guys again later. Cheers.